Thanks for downloading a 3CR podcast. 3CR is an independent community radio station based in Melbourne, Australia. We need your financial support to keep going. Go to www.3cr.org.au for more information and to donate online. Now stay tuned for your 3CR podcast.
We're putting up new buildings, we're knocking down the old. We're working in the summer heat and in the winter cold. And the labour power we sell, me boys, for a hard-earned weekly pay produces mighty profits for the greedy MBA. And whether we were born here or born in Italy, in Greece, in Spain or Ireland, in England or Fiji, we all of us are workers, united we must stand, until the wealthy bludgers have been driven from our land. We faced deregistration, it backfired in the face. We're not fooled by arbitration, we won't stay in our place. We hit the bosses hard and fast to win and keep our gains, and break a couple of concrete pours to back our log of claims. So keep your powder dry and hold your head up high. It's class to class and face to face, our limit is the sky. We've got a fighting history and we never will be cowed. Our builders' labour is a name to make a man feel proud.
And it's good morning from the Concrete Gang, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, on the 8:55 on the AM dial every Sunday morning, 9:30. And we've got a guest in there. We've dusted off Rabbit. He's got over his myxomatosis and he's ducked a few rabbit traps. We've got him back in. Morning, Rabbit.
Good morning, boys. How you going?
And very good, very good. And they've also got
Campo, mate.
Campo with his arms up in the air. Settle down, Campo. You ever won a world championship yet, have you?
I'll tell you what, I reckon we're close though. Melbourne Storm, 19 seasons in a row, they've won the first game. Obviously, they got rid of the big three.
It's not the first one that counts, mate.
Well, they won the last one last year too. So
I see they had a good, nice new recruit last night, Tyrone Smoothie. Not a bad name.
Pretty smooth, eh?
Yeah.
All right, we might as well get stuck straight in, brothers. We did have our first stewards meeting for about 13 months yesterday, which was fantastic. So all the stewards, it was a great turnout. We had it down the training centre. It was actually a great facility. It really went well, Rabbit.
Yeah, well, it was really fantastic. It was the biggest turnout of stewards we've had in a long, long time.
What do you reckon?
Close to 300,
yeah,
no problem. Close to
300.
300. I know we hired 300 chairs and nearly everyone was filled. So
there's people standing at the back, so there would have been.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. It's a fantastic facility too, and it was great to see everybody. A lot of people have disconnected over COVID, and so we got everybody out of their sleepy slumber, we hope, and it was a really good meeting. We went through an awful lot. It was probably the longest meeting we've had in a long time as well. I think it went for over 3 hours.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 was it? But
who's counting?
Who's counting? But we covered a lot of territory, and there was a lot to cover. The no-brainer, of course, was COVID. And everything that went around that.
EBA. I mean, we had the first chance, because we haven't had the normal meeting. We used to have the meeting at Festival Hall where the blokes would get off their chest when we had to come to voting on it, and we've missed all that and all the different meetings we'd have about the EBA. We couldn't have any of that, just maybe a few small ones on the job. So the blokes had their chance to, although it's been up and voted now, but they're pretty acceptable of the EBA, but there's a few red herrings, but as there always is.
I think the questions that were asked were more than reasonable, and I think they were answered fairly as well, and it'd be good if there could be a little bit more debate, but I think, like I said, people are in it, that's a slab. People could be in a bit of a slumber. Hopefully they get out of that a little bit and we get the EBA rolling. It's ticking along nicely in the office. Obviously the process to do the agreement is is quite big, and it's just not a 5-minute job. I can remember 15 years ago as a young organiser out in the country, I used to roll them out of my boot in the car with the FPOS machine, and you could do EBAs, and it was easy, and there was no drama. But the Fair Work Commission have made it a real process, and we're actually getting a lot of people coming to see us and asking us, how do you do it? How does the CFMEU do so many, and how do you get them through and all that? It's a very stringent process. And I know people are frustrated with it, but it's just something we have to go through. But it's rolling along.
And Campo, we had the new National Secretary there yesterday,
Christy Cain. How good was that? And it was good just to have the stewards meeting back to, that's the peak body, and that's probably the strength of our union, I'd say, is our delegate structure of stewards, and getting them together, and also getting the message out, because there's a lot of messages that we've got to get out at the moment, in relation to the EBA, where we're at. Put some pressure on the subbies to get the EBAs rolling, obviously, all that sort of stuff. And it was good to have Christy Cain there. He's the new national secretary of the union. And I'll tell you what, it's actually inspiring to have someone who's a worker and speak like a worker and speak like a trade unionist and not a Clayton politician like the old one.
Exactly right. And, talk about having rallies and blues and all that, not talking about just keeping them smooth and calm you talk about Chris Marr, not Chris Marr, what's his first name? Tony Marr and all that in the HQ and all that, wanting to separate from us and all that. Well, good luck with his mob. I mean, he's got 5,000 going down, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
And I mean, now we're talking about having national bodies, being able to take on all these attacks from the government. There was none of that when those blokes were in charge in O'Connor.
Very vanilla, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very. Just keep things sane on along, boys. Don't create any waves. But have Christy Cain there. It's fantastic, as you said. Come from a working class, been done jail for the union. They're the blokes that really put the whole life on the line for the union. We need more of it. It's fantastic. All the boys feel they're pretty pumped about it all.
Yeah. Look at if you look at what he's done, like in WA, where he's taken that branch, where it was from under his leadership to where it is now, it's the strongest branch in the MUA by far, the WA branch.
Yeah, and it'd be good to see him out on site. He's got no problem going on site. I know Messrs O'Connor and Marr refused to go on site. The amount of times I know that the secretary of our branch invited them, especially O'Connor, to go on site and speak to the rank and file, talk to them about the issues that are relevant to them and talk about everything going on. There was just a blatant refusal. It was almost like it was below him. I know Christy, you'll only have to ask him once and he'll be straight there, 6 o'clock in the morning, drinking coffee with the blokes and then giving an inspiring speech about what's going on in the construction industry and in the union movement around the country, and it's just fantastic. Also, to have a strong voice like that on the ACTU, which is almost become irrelevant, but having Christy there is really going to make, I feel, the ACTU a better place for everybody. And
ACTU, who?
Yeah, exactly. But he's there and he's punching away, and he'll make a difference there as well, I'm sure.
And he calls it as he sees it, and he doesn't hold back. Like obviously we were talking about the mining stuff yesterday, how the ACTU are whinging about, how they buddied up the Christian Porter and now, the legislation that's going to be used on the CFMEU affects everyone, calling it out, as we should.
Yeah, and that he made a great speech yesterday at the meeting, as did a few of the other, obviously John did, and got his first chance to speak for quite a while to all the stewards, and they were wrapped, and the
new assistant secretary,
Derek and that, and we had Robbie Gormans was his first he did presidential procedures and taken over from Ralph.
I think he did a fair job, actually.
We'll be the judge of that. We'll talk to you later about that.
All right. Got the training wheels on, got the L plate on the forehead. It's all right.
No, it's all good. So anyway, look, it was just fantastic. And look, I don't know why we don't do that more often down there, because the facility was great, really.
It's a world class. Our training centre. Our members should take more advantage of it, because it is a world class training centre. It's the best one. I've worked in a few different states, and it's the best one I've seen by far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we might have to look at that, because when you have a look at the turnout we got, we wouldn't fit 300 in our on level 7 upstairs, more than likely. So if we're if we get a regular turnout like that, we'd have to seriously think about having him down there more often. And I know the parking's always an issue, but you get around that after a while once you find out where you can get a spot around there and get there a bit earlier. And I think it was great just to see all the stewards intermingling with each other again. And there was heaps of posters and paraphernalia and stickers and diaries and everything. So hopefully all the jobs around town and out in the burbs are all loaded up with all the information. There was the latest pay rates. There's a pay rise on the first full period in March. So for those of you who are entitled to it, you should be on the new WAC, and all that material was there as well. So it was good. It was good to finally get all that stuff out of the office and hopefully out on the jobs where it should be.
If you're not getting the full WAC, go see your steward or ring the union office because you should be on it by now.
Obviously, yeah, speak to your steward too, like we're talking about the full whack. Obviously, with the new EBA, if you haven't received your reps rights or a copy of your agreement, go ask your steward where's it at so he can get in touch with the office and we can get it rolling. It is a slow process, but we need to get those 2 steps out straight away.
Yep, absolutely. And I guess when we're talking about the full whack, you want to talk about the plasterers?
Oh, the plasterers, obviously, we've been working pretty hard on the plasterers and we continue to work pretty hard with the plasterers. It's, hard going to get them back, but obviously, the shop steward structure we've got in place now, all the major plasterers and some of the smaller plasterers have got shop stewards, which that's a credit to the organisation. So
that's a major step forward.
They're checking the compliance, checking the pay packets, making sure people are getting the basic, their clothing issue. There was everything, and making sure everyone's getting like Interlink, Co-Invest, Super, all this stuff a lot of people take for granted. A lot of them plasterers before the campaign weren't getting it, you know what I mean? And now we can say that we're on top of that part of the business. And obviously with the delegate structure, you're finding out more and more. It's like Johnny says, the more you play with shit, the more it stinks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the more you touch it, yep.
So we're getting through it, you know what I mean? So that's where it's at the moment.
So you reckon you've made progress? I
reckon we have. No doubt. You can just see. Well,
you see around the jobs.
You look at the compliance. You go through the compliances. You can see the difference on the compliance.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we might cut to a track. What do you got?
Don't mess around with Jim from Jimmy Croach.
Uptown got its hustlers. Bowery got its bumps. 42nd Street got Big Jim, a walker, he a bull shooting son of a gun. Yeah, he big and dumb as a man can come, but he's stronger than a country horse. And when the bad folks all get together at night, they all call Big Jim Boss just because. And they say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. I don't do that. Well, out of South Alabama come a country boy. He said, I'm looking for a man named Jim. I am a bull shooting boy. My name is Willie McCoy, but down home they call me Slim. Yeah, I'm looking for the king of 42nd Street. He drive on a drop top Cadillac. Last week he took all my money, and it may sound funny, but I come to get my money back. And everybody say, Jack, don't you know that you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. Well, the hush fell over the pool room, and Jimmy come popping in off the street. And when the cutting was done, the only part that wasn't bloody was the soles of the big man's feet. And he was cutting about 100 places, and he was shot in a couple more. And you better believe I sung a different kind of story when a big Jim hit the floor. Now they saying you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim. Yeah, Big Jim got his hat. Find out where it's at. It's not hustling people strange to you, even if you do got a two-piece custom-made bull for you. Yeah, you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim.
All right, Campo, what was that?
Jimmy Croce, Don't Mess Around with Jim. It's a great song. He actually wrote it in jail. It was a really good
And we
song.
played that for?
Oh, just because I like the song. So
It's not always about you, mate.
a member on the job I saw said,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's a great
beautiful.
song.
Geez, back in the day, I remember we used to have a reason why we played music.
Yeah, I know. Look, you can't pump old Campo's ties up to him. He gets a little bit carried away with himself.
Oh, I do.
Crosses his arm and scratches his head. And nah, that's all right. He's doing a good job.
Any
He's doing a
rumour
good
he's the new buzzer?
Oh, I wouldn't
Any
throw
truth in the room? I've seen he's driving.
Nah, I wouldn't throw that on him. Wouldn't throw that on him.
Well, I've seen he's driving,
My driving's not. I'll
and,
tell
I've
you
never,
honest.
and I've never seen him pay.
He turns up. Well,
And
that's right.
His hair, he's always looked like his old nickname from Queensland was the unmade bed.
But he turns
Right?
up.
I remember that. I know that. Right?
Yeah, and he also won an award at the Gold Coast. He hasn't told too many people about.
I did win a reward at the Gold
He
Coast.
won air guitar,
Third in the state, air guitar
champion of the Gold Coast.
Oh, I suppose you were sober when you
No,
won
state
that.
of Queensland, third.
Not much good for
No,
radio.
hang on. Don't sell me down just the Gold Coast, state of Queensland.
All right, mate. All right.
I'll tell you, it was a pretty funny story.
Well,
As a
we'll be
con-
the judge of that.
as
But
a- I'll tell you a story. As a concreter, we did an early morning pour and we got on the sauce and I was walking past the Hard Rock Cafe on the Gold Coast and they go, free pint to anyone who goes in this air guitar champ. Me and my mates were blind. I was pretty spastic.
I heard you hadn't had a drink, but anyway, go on.
I won the heat. The following week, I had to come back for the state finals and
Sober.
yeah, sober because we didn't finish work till late. I was dead sober, and I went in it. I'll tell you what, it was a hard go. It was a hard go getting up in front of there's 200, 300 people there. It's sober.
Wish I had been there.
There was some head rubbing. I'll give you the tip. There was some head rubbing. I used to have long hair before that moment.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's killed 5 minutes.
Good on you, mate. Well done, by the way. Congratulations.
Yeah. Hope everyone's
Well, how
not
many
asleep.
state titles do you sold?
Absolutely
Sold.
nothing, mate.
Well, I might have a couple you don't know about, mate.
What would that be for?
I'll get back to you next week.
In which state?
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So what were we going to do next? We're going to do.
Well, we've launched a new
yes.
members benefit, and it's something we've
Flexi.
been working on for a while. It's called Flex, and that every Friday it's called Flex Friday, and up on our social media platform, in particular Facebook, we have a whole heap of different specials where our members can put a special passcode in, and they get 15, 20 or 25% off any particular goods and services. And every week there'll be something different, something new. It might suit some people one week and not the next, but it's just something we've added. If you don't like it, you don't use it. But if you think you can get something out of it, well and good. It's just another little benefit that we've been working on, just as a little thing for our members, because we've got upwards of over 30,000 members, and that provides good buying power. And we get people every week coming to see us saying, "Oh, we'd love to get hold of your membership and be able to offer them this and offer them that." And so we were very, very careful about who we chose, and we rolled it out last week, and it was reasonably successful. It might take a little while to take hold, but remember, it's just a benefit. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. But if you see something there that you can use at home or you like, and there's a whole range of different things from tyres to whiskey to shoes, handbags, whatever. It's not only just for the blokes. And I mean, I know Campo might be interested.
Got you covered, Campo.
Yep.
Is it true? Is it true? You tried using that card down your local massage parlour the other night, and they wouldn't have it. Is that right?
Well, they did. The Flex did offer a beauty treatment which offered massage, so because that was mentioned on Facebook, and then
and a free handbag.
And a free handbag. But it's a member's benefit, just something extra. You use it, you don't. But we're pretty proud of it, and we're going to keep rolling it out as long as we can.
And as a union member, you obviously you get the benefits of your union ticket, but there's a lot of, like Rabbit said, there's a lot of benefits as a union member you can access, like the Flex. There's a lot of stuff you can use your union membership to, get the benefit of. So obviously get there, get into it. The more people use it, the better it'll get. But like I said, just don't think of your union ticket as wages. There's more little things you can get with your union ticket and get active in your union. Obviously, the new membership section, we've got the merchandise section down there now. So get in, have a coffee. There's coffee there, and get and buy some merchandise.
That's right, and we should give a plug because at the meeting yesterday, Tim Gooden, who's been a great soldier for the union all these years. I'm not sure what he's up to at the moment, but he was at the stewards meeting yesterday, and he said how good the concrete gang was going. So Tim, you might be Scallywag of the Year for telling lies like that. But anyway, good to hear that they're still lifting down at Geelong, Tim, and all the gang down there. And I think Tim's partner or wife works at the training unit.
Yeah. Sue Bull works at the training unit part time. Tim was actually the MC at my second wedding.
Wedding.
So I've known Tim for a long, long time when he was the secretary of the Geelong Trades Hall. Now a shop steward with Cain's in Geelong.
And Sue was apparently at school with me.
Is that right?
I can't remember, but I think I might have gone a little bit early. I mean, before she got there. But anyway, that's another story.
Yeah. No, Tim's great. Rode his bike in from Spencer Street Station after catching the train. Great bloke, great soldier for the union.
Yeah, if you got any feedback on the concrete gang, you don't like Campo, you can't blame me for that, or any of us.
Well,
or if you got any complaints, it's not harsh at all, mate. We like a bit of criticism, don't we? We can take it. Take a bit of criticism. We've got broad shoulders. We've had a bit in the past.
Yeah, broad shoulders, thick skin, head like a bowling ball. That's all right.
That's us. All right, so we'll move on. We'll probably get on the Scallywags. What do you reckon?
Yep.
We've got a few of them this week.
Oh, we always have.
So
we want to start with Top Knot.
Well, Top Knot, obviously, Top Knot, a small chippy mob, and we're trying to clean up the chippy.
New South Wales mob?
Yeah, New South Wales. We're trying to clean up the little chippy mob.
The only good thing about New South Wales is the road to Melbourne, remember that?
Oh, that's it. There's not much good out of New South Wales, is it?
Bit like Queensland.
Cane
toads.
I'm from Victoria, so I'll say that.
Oh, no.
You're not claiming me?
No.
Tim Boone Toad.
So, obviously, Top Knot, we've gone through, they've had some compliance issues, some underpayment issues. So, obviously we've fixed that issue because obviously now they've got a shop steward with the company. So we're working through the issues. So that was a bit of a win. But, obviously Top Knot playing up, not paying Inkalink, all the usual suspects, So that's been no good. But
that's right. If I could just quickly talk about wage claim too. We've got another wage claim officer working at the branch to put up with all the overflow and the amount that we get in. And she's brought in $1 million over the last 3 months, so she's going very, very well. So good, big shout out to Viv, doing a great job there. And that just shows you in 3 months, $1 million in back payment from about 20 different builders and subcontractors that she's dragged in. So
great effort.
Yeah, great effort. And that just goes to show you what's going on out there. And I have to mention the ABCC. Not one have they found. Nothing. And it's everywhere. Underpayment and rip-offs are going on everywhere. And
too busy worried about stickers.
Too busy worried about stickers and posters and
swearing.
All that. And swearing. What a load of rubbish. And nothing else happens. So well done to our pay claim department. They are the busiest people in the office, I can tell you.
And obviously, shout out to Viv. She's been helping us with the plasterers stuff as well. We've been like you said, she's brought in over $1 million in unpaid wages. But also, what we've been doing with the plasterers, she's been auditing them, so they keep checking them. Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. But let's get back on the Scallywags, boys. You're running off the rails here.
That's all right. That's what we do, isn't it?
That's what we do. That's what we do.
All right.
So we're Top Knot.
Top Knot. All right. We've got Bros Plasterers.
Bros Plastering. They're working on John Holland jobs, federal funded government jobs, ABNing, sham contracting, unpaid wages, all the lurks. And there's a rumour that one of the John Holland senior people has a little bit of a piece in the company.
Oh, dear.
Dear.
We'll have to stay tuned. We'll ferret that out. Yeah. Sorry, no ferret jokes with rabbit here. But right. Australia Asbestos.
Yeah, Australia Asbestos. 20 blokes on government jobs all across Melbourne, CPB jobs, North East Link and Hurstbridge. Not registered with any co-invest at all, which it's just, Rabbit will know better than me.
Co-invest is a statutory authority, comes under Victorian legislation. So if you are a construction worker in Victoria, whether you're in the housing, domestic, commercial, industrial, you are entitled to co-invest payments from your employer.
And the next one we got is Vaughan Construction and Harris Construction, trying the shortcut on precast, getting bad lifters, getting the cheapest price, just pulling them out of the bush, grubby old precasters with all the issues, and also Newcon Precast out of Shepparton. They're an EBA company, but we've found issues with lifters, cutting corners, trying to do it on the cheap. And, when you cut corners with precast, people die because it's so. If you got Newcon on your job, be aware because they're cutting corners.
Geez, what is it with Shepparton and Precaster? Look, just about every Precaster that comes out of Shepparton, there's something not right with them. So you'd reckon after this many years they'd get something right.
Exactly. Norris Builders in Geelong.
Norris, not paying travel on the RDOs, not paying out the RDOs, trying to get blokes to work their RDOs, just pushing their blokes and treating them,
All right.
the usual stuff.
Let's go for we'll pick the scallywag first before we go to Suki Lala. Who are we going for, boys?
I like Top Knot.
Yeah, I
like Top Knot.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, because they come from New South Wales. They come down here with a bit of a history, and then it was said they're all good. Now they've slipped back a couple of pegs. And
I heard a rumour he was at the office pretty early this morning, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think I saw a ute out the front at 6:20 this morning. So obviously the message got through pretty quick. But they come to town with a bit of swagger, saying we're from New South Wales. We'll come down to Mexico and show you how to do it. Well, they can either sort their stuff out or they can go back to where they come from.
They go back on that Golden Road back to New South Wales. Yep. All right, so top knot it is, Scallywag of the week, Suki Lala. Oh, we've had a few sooks up this week. Who have we had?
Well, who do we have sooking? I've got to admit, some of the Liberals have still been sooking about, the Morning Division have been sooking about splitting up with the Union, so they've been having a bit of a sook about that.
Maher and O'Connor.
Oh, they're perpetual sooks.
They are. So
where are they going to get the money for the Labor Party? Oh.
that's the main thing. That's that's our whole business model. So obviously them. Anyone else got any sooks?
Not that I've heard of.
Rabbit?
No, I haven't heard any sooking.
What about on our media pages and all that?
Oh yeah, our Facebook. We've always got plenty of sooks, but they're all trolls. We've got a new social media person starting with the branch next week. So that'll be cleaned up. That'll be cleaned up. Let me assure you, that's got.
So we're just going to give the Suki Lala to Liberal government.
Yeah, Liberal.
Are we happy with that?
They earn it. So
yeah.
All right. Okay. So we've got top knot for Scallywags, Liberal government for Suki Lala. So if that's all we've got,
I just got one shout out to Rob Lucas. His mum passed away during the week, and I know Rob listens to the show.
He does. Condolences to Rob and his family.
Family. So
very sad. Bad luck, mate. All right, we'll go the same old way. Dare to struggle.
Dare to win.
If you don't fight,
you lose.
And it's good morning from the Concrete Gang. And we're going out with
War Pigs, Black Sabbath.
Oh, grass.
Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.
You've been listening to a 3CR podcast produced in the studios of independent community radio station 3CR in Melbourne, Australia. For more information, go to allthews.3cr.org.au.